Hi everyone, it's Gemma Edwards here, and just want to say welcome to this webinar, How to Grow Your Practice with Facebook Ads, No Tech Skills Required. So we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. And first of all, just so that I know that you can see my screen, I've got a slide up on my screen with the title, How to Grow Your Practice with Facebook Ads, No Tech Skills Required. So if you don't mind just putting a hi or a message that you can see and hear me okay, then I know that we don't have any technical issues and I know that you can all see and hear me. Okay, cool. Okay, good. So, just before we start, I just want to get to know you a little bit better. So, if you don't mind just typing in the chat box what your biggest reason for being here today is, and also what are you hoping to get out of today's webinar? Let's have a little look what you're saying. Okay, hi, Rebecca. Also, okay, so Sandy is saying she wants to make more money in her business. Okay, brilliant. That's great. So I think everyone can see and hear me okay. So we are going to get going in just a minute or so. I'm just going to wait for a few other people to join us. So I'm going to be presenting to you our system of how to grow your practice with Facebook ads. So if you haven't already got one, go and grab yourself a pen and paper, as I'm going to be sharing lots of good stuff with you. So we're going to get started very shortly as the last few people are joining us. So to those of you that have just joined us, welcome along. We are going to be getting started very soon. And I just want to let you know that you're in the right place. So this is how to grow your practice with Facebook ads, no tech skills required. So for those of you that just joined, if you don't mind just saying hi, just let me know that you can see my slide and that you can hear me all right. So we do have a chat box in there. So if you do have any questions as we're going along, please put them in the chat box and I'll try and take as many as I can while we're getting along. So managing a dental practice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. So I'm really excited to be talking to you this evening and sharing this information with you. So it should only take about an hour. I'm going to try not to waffle on too much, so I don't want to take up too much of time this evening. So let's get underway. So what we're going to do today, what we're going to cover is how to grow your practice with Facebook ads, no tech skills required. So this is specifically designed for you if you're in the medical industry. So if you're a cosmetic surgeon, a cosmetic dentist, or an aesthetic practitioner, so somebody who helps somebody for a living, it's going to help you get more clients and also grow your business. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you our 3-step system that we use to get more clients. And quite simply, there's 3 parts to this system. So step 1 is Facebook ads. We use Facebook ads to attract people, and the right people, by the way. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Step 2 is the sales funnel. So we take them out of Facebook as soon as we can, and I'm going to explain why we do this a little bit later on. Then we get them into our own sales funnel where we control the communication with them. And again, I'm going to show you how to do all of this. Then finally, step number 3 is the email follow-up. And this is probably the only part that there's any work, such as where they have to put in their contact details, because they have contacted us. That's right, we get them to contact us because they want to make an appointment for a specific treatment. So all we have to do is arrange a time that suits us both. So I'm obviously going to go into more detail, but I just want you to know at a high level what the system is, and this is it. So I'm going to be sharing with you and showing you lots of useful stuff along the way that's going to get you new leads and new clients within 30 days. And just in case you're wondering if you're in the right place and who this training will actually benefit, this training is specifically for medical professionals who want to dramatically grow their business and have a system in place for getting new patients. This training is especially helpful for dentists, aesthetic practitioners, plastic surgeons, clinical salon owners, and also managers and receptionists who are responsible for marketing the clinical practice. Okay, so let's jump straight in and let's just start off with a few truths, because I kind of know where you're at, what you're facing, and it might be one of a few things. So overwhelm and confusion is pretty much every clinic and practice owner I speak to. It's probably their biggest pain. It's figuring out what you should be doing, because there's so many marketing strategies right now, both online and offline, and you kind of think you should be doing everything. And as a result, you end up doing nothing or just a few things randomly. Maybe you kind of don't know what, where, or how to market. Or you might have tried a few different marketing strategies before, and you're getting maybe a bit frustrated with it, or you don't know where to market to get the type of clients that you actually want. Or you may feel like you've already spent a small fortune on your training and your equipment just so you can do your job. And maybe you're frustrated because you know that you're better than your competitors, but they seem to, for some reason, have more clients than you. And I'm also aware that you might have a little bit of fear around putting your business and yourself out there in a bigger way or promoting your business, but that's no problem. It's actually a really common issue that a lot of business owners have in this industry. Also, you might be concerned about what you can and can't advertise, and it might feel like a bit of a minefield and not something you want to get caught up in if you actually get it wrong. You might feel like you're getting fed up because you're wasting so much time, so much money, and a lot of effort, which can obviously feel quite soul-destroying. And sometimes it feels like you're out there, you're quite lonely as a business owner because maybe a lot of your friends and family, maybe they've got jobs and they don't quite understand the sacrifices and the effort that you're putting in. You might also be concerned that what you try might not work and you might get some failure. And you're worried that you'll actually end up worse off than where you are right now. And just one other thing, by the way, because I've done this for quite a while now, I know that some of you might not get any sense of satisfaction, or you might not enjoy the whole online thing. You might think it's a little bit boring. So even though you feel you have to, but you kind of push it to one side and then you think, right, okay, I'm going to get around to learning more about social media one day. But in the meantime, I'm just going to focus on what I know best. So again, please use the chat box and just feel free at any time to comment on anything that you agree with or you disagree with, and I'm going to pick them up as we go along. Okay, so here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn how to get more clients in 30 days using Facebook. You're also going to learn why your marketing hasn't worked and what you can do to fix it. And also how to always get clients regardless of time, price, or your location. So I know there's certain times of year when you're quieter, other times you're busier. So for me, it was always August. So people were away on holiday, and that would be the time of year when my number of appointments slow down. So I'm going to show you how you can always get clients regardless of what else is going on. And also your locations. Some of you may feel like maybe you're not in the right location to get the type of clients that you need. So again, just let me know in the chat box whereabouts you're based. So you're going to find that, there might be lots of money in some places and not so much in others. And in the past, you might have thought this would have some sort of effect on your ads. So I'm going to show you the exact tools and ads that you need to get more clients. And I'm also going to show you how you can get the whole system up and running for yourself. So that's what you're going to learn today. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just want to quickly introduce myself and just let you know a little bit about my background. I'm the founder of Deliver in Demand, and I actually co-founded it with my husband, Tim. So Tim is from a corporate background. He's got an MBA and he's actually worked in the city as a business consultant and project manager. So he is very technical, is very organized, and he helps to pull a lot of the activity together. I've run my own businesses, both offline and online, for over 15 years, but I actually started out doing semi-permanent makeup and I ran my own clinic for a while. I do still carry out the occasional treatment for some existing clients, but I've really settled on the online marketing. Why? The reason why is because I know that if you're anything like I was, then you really need help in this area. And I know that for me, I didn't feel like I had any real control over my own marketing. And initially I thought, right, okay, I'm just going to go onto Google, I'm going to YouTube it, and I'm just going to find out how it all works. But what I actually found was there was so much misinformation out there. And also it was really difficult to get everything I needed all in one place. So I bit the bullet and I got educated. So again, let me know in the chat box what you guys specialize in, the type of people that you help, the type of treatments that you do, and also the problems that you solve for people. Because I appreciate there's so many different people on here right now, and it'd be just really great to find out a bit more about what you do, who your ideal clients are, and that sort of thing. So also, I've created a course, How to Grow Your Practice with Facebook Ads, no tech skills required. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that a little bit later on. And also, despite being scared of public speaking, I attend and speak at conferences and also some industry events. So that's at last year's aesthetic medicine event. So I also write some articles about online marketing and social media that you can read in aesthetic medicine again as well. So I just want to share just a couple of pictures with you. So in the bottom left, in the black and white, so that's me and my husband, Tim. And you might recognize Harry Singh. So that's from Harry's book launch recently. And maybe Alex Karki in the top left on the sofa. And in the middle, that's the nurses conference. So I really get a flavour of the kind of activity that's taking place in our industry, and also how this impacts the marketing side of things. And there on the right, that's me with my little planning assistant, Zuma, who helps organise our activity. So I just thought I'd share that with you, just to let you know just a little bit about my background and what I do. So as for you, what we've got some aesthetic nurses, so run my aesthetic clinic, brilliant. Dental practice manager, brilliant. Okay. Who else we've got? So there's actually lots of different specialists there. So the great thing is that this system I'm going to show you will really help all of you. So thanks a lot for sharing that with us. It's really, really helpful. So are you struggling to get clients? Maybe you are. And if any of these resonate with you, then just let me know which one kind of affects you the most, because we're kind of fully aware of some of the problems that you might face. And some of the reasons are maybe you don't know how or where to market. Maybe you feel like people don't have money to buy your services. So again, if that resonates with you, you might feel like you live in a poor area or an area where there isn't so much disposable income. And actually, just on that, a really good tip is it's not about the area that you live in. It's actually about the problems that you solve for people. So the pain that you're solving for people. So if you're a dentist, it's not about that people like going to the dentist. Of course they don't. It's about the problem that you can solve for them. So maybe you can help them overcome something that they feel embarrassed about. Maybe they're a little bit self-conscious. And then maybe you've got a treatment that can help them with that. So it's not so much about what you're doing. It's more about the problem that you solve. So you probably already know this, but in times of recession, the amount of money that people spend on beauty treatments actually increases. Also, you may feel it's too competitive locally. You might feel like there's so many people around you doing the same thing or a similar sort of thing. And I think one of the main problems I see a lot of is where people are just relying on word of mouth. Now, don't get me wrong, word of mouth is amazing. It's the best and certainly the cheapest form of advertising there is. However, there's going to be a problem for you because it's slow. It can take a really long time to build up a good reputation. And even when you do, the speed at which your recommendations from your existing clients become actual clients is too slow. Certainly not if you want to grow fast. You certainly can't control it, measure it. You can't make any plans. You can't forecast about how quickly you can grow your business if you're relying on simply word of mouth. So if you're a dentist, you might be maybe really busy with NHS patients, but maybe you're struggling to get more private work. Or maybe you feel like you're struggling because people won't pay what you want to charge. Again, this is a common one. And for what you do, you are helping people change their lives. So you need to be charging what you're worth and what you've trained for. So also maybe actually many people don't understand what it is that you do. So you might tell people about the different treatments that you do that can benefit them, and they say, right, okay, I'm going to think about it. But they don't actually come back and they never become a customer. Maybe it's because they never really understood how it is that you can help them. Or maybe you feel like you're not qualified enough, or you need to get more educated or gain a little bit more experience. Maybe you feel like you're not quite there yet, or you're not quite ready yet. Or maybe you feel like it's the wrong time of year. Maybe it's holiday season, or there's a spell of bad weather, or there's good weather, or the football's on. So it could be one of those few reasons why you're struggling to get clients. So again, just put a message in the chat box if you've tried any of these marketing strategies. Maybe it's not worked for you. So maybe you've tried different types of marketing and you've spent time, money, and effort on things like Facebook. Maybe you've done leaflets. Maybe you've done business networking. You've done newspapers, ads. So again, just let me know in the chat box if you've tried any of these and it's not worked for you. People won't pay what I charge, okay? I've used Facebook boosted posts. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about boosted posts in just a minute, but nothing from them. Okay, leaflets, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, great. Leaflet drop. And has it worked, not worked? Okay, again, so on things like, so just let us know again what you've been trying. Not well. Okay, great. So maybe you've sponsored maybe a local event, and all that's happened is you put your name appeared in the program or on a banner, but nobody actually booked in for an appointment with you. Maybe you've tried Groupon. Maybe you've tried joint ventures or partnered with other business owners. You've put your leaflets in local hairdressers. So maybe you've tried lots of different marketing, but for whatever reason, it's not really working. But you're amazing at what you do, but you feel like people can't really see that. And it's frustrating. And it's got to the point where you're here to learn and discover the new things that you need to do. Because you may be thinking that in all the marketing you've done previously, none of it really works. But what do I mean by really works? Well, maybe you've got a few clients from it, or you've got some poor quality clients, the kind of people that always want to knock your price down, or maybe they keep cancelling on you, or maybe you're finding that your marketing is working, you are getting clients from your marketing, but it's just costing too much, it's way too expensive. So you are getting clients, but you're spending too much money on your marketing, and it's taking a big chunk out of your profits. So you're actually getting a terrible return on your investment. Or maybe you've got a few clients from a great Facebook ad or leaflet, or you've done a sponsored event, but you weren't able to repeat it and you want to get some repetition to what you're doing. Maybe you couldn't predict how many clients you're going to get from the marketing that you've done so far. And again, all of this is really, really common. And I just kind of want to bring this to you. So what's the problem? You might actually think the problem is your clients, maybe it's your market, maybe you're in the wrong area. And I'm going to be brutally honest, the problem could be you. And by that, I mean, it's very likely down to do with your mindset and how you're thinking about things. So I'm going to show you just briefly how you can think about things just a little bit differently, because you're spending your time doing what you know and what you love, but you may not have given yourself the knowledge or the tools to market yourself correctly. And once you do decide to market yourself correctly, then you're going to get some amazing results. But that can only happen if you're open to learning and you have the right mindset, which I'm guessing is why you're here right now, because you've realized that something needs to change, and the system I'm going to share with you will get you more clients as a result of using it properly. So let's give you the solution to all of this. I haven't told you all the problems. Let's look at what we need to do to solve them. So there's actually 3 things that underpin everything you do, not just in marketing, to be honest, but also in business and in life generally. So most people don't actually know their goals, or they think their goal is to carry out treatments. Well, this kind of needs a little bit more work. So how many treatments, and how do you help people? What type of person are you looking to help? So many people that I meet, they don't know what they're there for, or they might have vague goals like, I'd like to have maybe an extra few £1,000s a month, but what does extra mean? So where are you right now, and where do you want to get to? It's really important to know and define your current situation and what you want the future to look like. Once you get this bit right, you can then build on the marketing and everything else. I'm going to show you how to do that. So do you know your goal right now on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is you don't know your goal at all, and 10 is you know it really, really well and you know exactly what you want? So again, just put where you're at right now in the chat box. I'd be really interested to see how well do you know your goal. And the key thing is to just get going. 7. Okay, really, really good. So we've also got Jenny's here saying, just want to get my first client and get going. That's amazing. But what next? So we can really help you get your first client, and we can do that really quickly. But then what? So we've got a 6. Okay, brilliant. So a lot of you are almost there and almost clear on your goals. So what is it that you want to achieve? Is it more family time? I want to leave the NHS. Okay. So more private work, I'm guessing. So is it more family time? Is it to leave the NHS? Is it more income? And if it's those things, why is it those things? Do you want to work 3 days a week, 5 days a week, 7 days a week? So if you say, right, I want to set up my business and I want to be earning £5,000 a month and I want to be working 3 days a week, then you're going to start knowing your goal, and everything you do is going to be pointing towards that. More income. Okay, good. I'm just checking the comments in here. So the key thing is to know your goal, write it down everywhere so it helps to keep you focused. So that's the first part of it. The next part is to behave like it's already happened. So if your goal was to buy a car, then the next part is going to be to go out and test drive that car so that you know exactly what it feels like to drive the car. So if you're somebody who wants to be earning £5,000 a month or even £10,000 a month, what you want to be doing is you want to be thinking like somebody who's making £10,000 a month. What would they be doing? So, for instance, would they be doing their own bookkeeping? Probably not. Are they going to be doing their own social media, or are they going to have it automated or get somebody else to do it? And then you want to think about the other areas of your life. Would they be doing their own cleaning, or would they have a cleaner? So these are all the kind of things you need to be asking yourself, and you need to behave like it's already happened. Then the next part is you need to take the action you need to take to reach your goal. And just think about it for a minute. If you're taking action, that's great, but are you taking enough action? And is it the right type of action? So those are the 3 things that you need to set yourself on the right path to achieving what you want. Okay, so when you work on this, getting clients actually becomes really easy, because when somebody wants 10, 50, or even 100 clients, then it becomes easy when you take this system that I'm going to show you and implement it. So does this system work? Our aim with this system is to get you more leads for less cost. And right now, Facebook is cheaper to advertise than it is on Google. This is why I'm showing you right now, because it might not always be this way. So we don't really care how we get a new customer. The key is to acquire as many customers as possible for as cheaply as possible. So you can look at this stuff and you can kind of wonder, does it work? I'm just going to share with you a testimonial. So this is one of our clients. So David got 53 new leads in just a couple of weeks. And this is actually a recommendation he gave to a business colleague that he kindly shared with us. Now, this is one that we just started running yesterday. So this ad only went live last night. So it's not even been 24 hours. And it was while the England game was on. Just bear that in mind. So in less than 24 hours, we've actually got 7 leads for Natalie, which understandably she's really delighted about. So I just want you to think about what 7 new leads in one day, or 53 new leads in a couple of weeks would do for your business. Just want to quickly mention on this one as well, if you can notice how much they've actually spent. So they've spent £17 to acquire or to get 7 new leads. So I just wanted to share a couple of examples there about how it works, or how it that it actually does work. So I just want to crack on and show you the system itself. So how can you grow your practice using Facebook ads? In a nutshell, this is the process. So this is an overview of what happens, and I'm going to talk you through each stage of the process and what you need to do to set it all up. So at a high level, what we do is we start by putting an ad together on Facebook with a clear call to action. Then we only show the ads to the people we know are going to be interested, because we can actually choose who gets to see the ad. That's right. This is the great thing about Facebook. You can choose exactly the type of person you want to see your ad. So you're not wasting time showing your ads to people who are never going to buy your services, and you're only showing it to people that will have a genuine interest in your services. So from the ad, the person is then taken away from Facebook to something called a landing page. On the landing page, this is where we get their details and they're able to book a consultation. We also attach something called a tracking pixel throughout this whole process, which allows us to retarget people with the same ads or different ones until they become a customer. Now, this might seem a little bit complicated. You might be looking at this with all sorts of questions, but I'm going to go through each stage of the process and explain how it all works. But firstly, why Facebook? So quickly, I'm sure that some of you remember Blockbuster Video. So Blockbuster Video, you had to physically go to the shop, choose the video you wanted to watch, hope that they got a copy, take it home with you, watch it, rewind it, and then take it back to the shop again. So when the internet came along, Netflix removed all of that hassle and they charge you a small monthly fee. And if you think that was amazing, nothing's changed people's lives quite like the smartphone has. So the smartphone is all about convenience. So all of the things that you see here on the right-hand side, so buying newspapers, clothes, booking your holidays, you used to have to physically go to the shop. And yes, the internet came along and you could then buy them online, but you still had to wait until you got home, sat in front of your computer, switch it on and then make the transaction. But now with a smartphone, you've got all of that convenience in the palm of your hand everywhere you go. And most of your clients, I would imagine, will have a smartphone. So the important thing is to actually be present where your customers are. So there's no point in spending all your time on Twitter if you aren't getting any new patients as a result from posting on Twitter. And there's also no point in writing blogs if your patients aren't reading them. So this is a great opportunity right now to get ahead. Just want to show you this ad. So this is an ad that we're currently running out right now for one of our clients. So if you don't mind, I've had to block out some of the details. So going back to our system, the first stage is to create an ad in Facebook. Before you can create an ad in Facebook, what you have to do is have a business page in Facebook. I'm sure most of you have already got it. So this, if not, this is something that you can create from your own personal Facebook account. So you set it up, post some pictures and content for a while so Facebook gets to recognize you as a business. And then you can start creating ads just like the one that you see here. So this is where you start to spend just a little bit of money on Facebook. So even 10, 20 or even £50 to get some incredible results. Just want to mention, by the way, that one of my mentors that I've trained with is a world expert in Facebook ads. He's actually spending, I know it's crazy, but he's spending $1 million a month on Facebook ads, but he's making back between 2 and 3 million. So I just want to show you that, you know, not at that level, but the type of results that you can get. So going back to the ad, let's look at some of the words that we're using in this ad. So we're asking them, want to look your best in 2018. So if you notice, what we're doing is we're asking them a question about them, or we're asking them a question rather than just saying, hi, this is me and this is what I do. So we're not talking about what we're doing. What we're doing is we're actually looking to connect with people that we know this will appeal to. So if I'm feeling a little bit fed up, maybe I'm carrying some extra weight and summer's coming up and I want to do something about it. So if you just look here on the next slide, so this is the actual copy from the rest of the ad that you saw in the previous slide. So when writing the copy for the ad, it's really important that you get the wording right and getting the client, you want to get the clients to kind of understand that you understand them and what their problem is. So if you can get them to understand that you understand them and how you can help them, that's better than trying to sell them what you want to sell them. So with all of this, it's all about them and it's nothing about us. They don't care about your qualification at this stage. We're just trying to make them aware of how we can help them solve their problem. So it's if they're lying in bed at night and they're thinking, oh, I wish I looked so much better in my swimsuit or for my holiday, then use those words in your advert. how to look great in your swimsuit this summer. So now you can see straight away that we're going into the offer. So this offer is here, so buy 2 sessions and get 2 free. So, and then the next thing is we're starting talking about the clothes test, which is going to intrigue people because also there's a proof of concept. So somebody can easily turn up to the clinic with their favorite pair of shorts that they used to be able to get into and take the before and after test to see if they fit into their clothes after. And it's all using the language that they understand that's important, and that's important to them. So if you notice that we're actually writing, no matter how many hours you sweat in the gym or how careful you are with your diet, this is something that people can really relate to because it's causing them a lot of stress. They also know the grind of spending ages on the treadmill or picking at a salad. And yet, despite that, they aren't getting any results and it can be really frustrating for them. So by highlighting their pain, we can offer a solution to them. Now, you're probably doing this already, so you might be doing something similar. For example, you might be offering a free consultation. Maybe you're offering a free session. So it's actually called a valuable offer. Again, just let me know in the chat box, do you run a valuable offer? And if so, what is your offer? Is it a free consultation or is it a free session? And if not, why not? Because it's really useful and it works really, really well. Every person that we know that tries to sell on Facebook, it doesn't work. So use the valuable offer like a free consultation. So Paula's put yes, offer free consultation. Jen, yes, put free consultation. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, good. So also, you want to think about the language your client would use. They're not going to go searching for your technical phrases that you might use for that booster session, for example. So you're here on this webinar because you want to grow your practice. So that's why we put the words grow your practice in the title. So what does the client actually use in their head? So what's the wording? Then what we do is we put to find out how you can make the change, book your free ... And then you insert the title of your valuable offer. So in our ad here, it's to be in with a chance of 2 free sessions, click get offer. Now, the important part, we're actually getting them to click a link to take them out of Facebook to a thing called a landing page. I'm going to explain what that is in just a second. And then finally, so next we're actually putting, but hurry, this offer is only available to the first 20 people. So we have a clear call to action. That's what it's known as. It's the get offer or the book now button because we're telling them what they need to do next. And it's usually a little button that they click below the ad. Also, by saying limited places available, you're actually then creating some scarcity. And using a number is really good if you're trying to create scarcity. So don't put 50 available because that's going to be way too much. But you could put something like offer only available for the next 24 hours, or it's only available for the next 6 people, only for an example. So if the offer is time-based, you could add a countdown timer that ticks the seconds down, and that also helps to create a sense of urgency. So by doing this, it's going to prompt people to take some action and click the link. Now, obviously, we also need to put a nice image in there. And the best advice I can give you here is to ensure you're not using something general like a stock image. So what you want to be using is an actual picture maybe of you or your treatment room or a picture of your team or a picture of you helping somebody. So obviously, as long as it's not something really, really private that would look inappropriate on Facebook, but something that's actually giving the client a little bit more of an idea about who you are and how you can help them. So the idea is I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see somebody that's experiencing my issue. And the thing that keeps them awake at night, as that's the thing that people are going to respond to. So I see the picture, that catches my attention, and then I read the text and I'm frustrated that my clothes are too tight. I want to change, but I don't know how to go about it. And I've tried so many things before. And it's like, you're reading my mind here. So is this helpful so far? Again, just put a little comment in the chat box if you think this is helpful so far. So maybe you've tried Facebook ads before and you've got a little bit stuck with them. But these ads that I'm showing you right here are the type of ads that will make the difference. So We know this because we're testing ads all the time, and we know that as long as you're demonstrating that you understand what problems people are facing and the language you use is what your customer would use, and also you're giving them an offer that they understand and the value, then you're going to get engagement and people will click on your ads. So I am getting some yeses and really helpful in the chat box. Thanks very much. So, so that's the kind of ad you want to be using. Okay, so now what we're going to do is move on to the second part of the funnel. So the second part of the funnel is targeting. So targeting is pretty much the most important thing when it comes to Facebook ads. You can have the best image and the best copy and the best offer in the world, but if you're targeting the wrong people with your ads, they simply won't work. So these are the sorts of people and the sorts of audiences that you can target on Facebook. You can use what's called a custom audience. So these people already have some sort of interaction with your business. Maybe they visited your website, or maybe they're on your email list. You can also target your fan page, so people who already like your Facebook page. You can create what's called a lookalike audience. So a lookalike audience is basically taking your email list, for example, is copying that and it's finding people in Facebook exactly like those people, which is really, really good. Also, you can target people based on their interests, and you can target people based at certain events in their lives. So the next stage of the system is to go and find these audiences. Now, this part is actually really easy and really straightforward because Facebook offers you a drop-down menu of thousands of interests. So you can just specify the type of buying behavior categories that you want to access. So you might want to access things like health and beauty, or fashion is an interest, might be really useful for people to target with your ads. So the first thing that you want to do is gather as much information about your ideal client as possible so that you can use this information to target more of your ideal clients. So you can also target people by the pages that they like. So for example, you might want to target people who like Kim Kardashian, or you might want to avoid those people. That's completely up to you. Now, when you set up the targeting for your ads, what you need to do is select the live events tabs. You've then got a choice of targeting all those different events. So I'm going to give you an example actually, which will be really good for you guys. So you can target people who are just about to get married. And I'm sure people who are just about to get married are more likely going to want some sort of treatment for their big day. So what you could do is create an ad that's specifically for that audience. So for example, get a course of peels for glowing skin on your big day. What you can also do, you can also set your age range, your gender, your location, income levels, pretty much every different thing about the type of person you would want as your ideal client. Now, we won't always know which audiences or ads are going to be working for us or are going to be working best. So one of the ways to improve our chances of getting people to click on the ad is to send them to different audiences. So how we do this by duplicating the ad and sending it to a different audience. Now, this is a really important point, and it's actually one of the biggest reasons why most Facebook ads fail. It's because only one ad is used and it's sent to only one audience, or it's sent to everyone. Then you get a whole load of wasted clicks from people who would never become a client of yours in a million years. And this is why some people think that Facebook ads are a waste of time and money, because they don't actually understand that not everyone wants to buy their products or services. So what we do is we split test the audiences. So split testing is where we send the same ad to two audiences to see which audience responds best to the ad. Then after a few days or so, we'll have a really good idea about who likes our ad best. So if we're running some tests and we see that one of our audiences is really engaging with our ads and it's getting there's loads of leads and clients, then we put all of our attention on that ad and that audience, for example. And we do this for each audience that's successful. And over time, what we want to do is build up a bank of audiences that we know have a good response to our ads. So we know that whenever we put an ad out, we're going to get a great response. So I hope, I'm trying to make this simple. I hope this is all making sense. Just put a yes again in the chat box if you can see why you'd want to back a winning audience with your ad. If not, if it's really confusing, again, just let me know in the chat box and I'll go through it a little bit later. Now, you remember just a little bit earlier, I was talking about how we set the ad up and then we get them to click a link and get them out of Facebook. Well, this is the stage where we want to take them to the landing page. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about how you do this. So this is a stage where we send them to a page, and you can see the image marked with the number 1 on it. So it should be on the left-hand side of your screen. Again, these are live landing pages that we're using right now for our clients, so please excuse any of the grayed out sections. So this is called a lead page or a landing page. You can use any sort of lead page or landing page service providers such as Lead Pages, Unbounce, ClickFunnels. Now, the important thing is the words and the language that's used on the Facebook ad must match the landing page, because just think about this, when somebody clicks on an ad, when they click on that link, they're going to come to this page. So it needs to look familiar to them. Otherwise, the person's going to think they've been sent to the wrong place. Now, you might be asking, why do we want to send them out of Facebook? Well, the main reason is that then you're not actually relying on Facebook to control the communications between you and your client. So there's actually a number of reasons around this. Once a customer becomes your customer, you probably want to send them your own emails using your own software and start to build your own relationship outside of Facebook. Facebook also has some quite clear advertising guidelines. It also has some restrictions that you're not going to have if you're doing your own marketing emails. Also, I know it's extremely unlikely, but what if something were to happen to Facebook and they shut down? Or maybe they ban your account or they suspend your account and you've got all your communications in there. Then where's your business? So you definitely don't want to be in that position. So the key thing is you send them from Facebook to a page like this. So lead page or landing page or an opt-in page as it's known as. Now, you might not be able to read the words on there, but maybe you can see at the top. So it says, get beach ready with our special launch offer. And then at the bottom, it's got a clear call to action in blue. It says, click to claim your voucher. And in the small letters, don't know if you can read it or not, but it says only 20 available. Again, for a bit of scarcity. So this is the same, it matches the Facebook ad. It's exactly the same. So the most important thing about the landing page is it's very simple. There's no other places for you to click around that takes them away from that page. So this is the reason why you should never send any ads to your website, because what people do is they start to click around all over the place. They start looking at pictures of you or your team, everything else on there, and then eventually they probably click away. So you don't want to give them those options. You want to almost blinker them, almost push them down a funnel so they can only do one thing. So this is the landing page, and I urgently suggest that you get one. So we take them from Facebook to a lead page, where then they can input their data. So now you have their contact details. So for them to get the offer, they have to put their name, phone number, and email address. So this is actually really important, because having this information means we can now contact them directly. And the great thing about this system is it can connect straight into your online booking system. Now, the most important part of the process here is actually the follow-up. If you've got an online booking system, then great. You can connect this straight and get them booked in automatically. But I know a lot of dentists and a lot of clinics don't like their patients booking themselves in, so you can contact them directly to arrange an appointment with them. So what will happen is you'll then get an email with the patient's details, and then it's really important to call them as quickly as possible to get them booked in. And if you have a quick look at the picture on the right with the red number 2 on it, this is the type of email that you would get in your inbox. So it will say, congrats, you have a new contact. So the great thing now is you have a repeatable system, because every time you get somebody from a Facebook ad, they click on the link, they come to this first step, the landing page, they then fill out their details and they click the button to claim their valuable offer. And now we can follow up with these people and set an appointment, have a pre-consultation chat, or confirm their appointment. And we can also use these details to send out emails or text reminders so they don't miss their appointment. Now, But what about the people that don't click on, maybe they see your ad, but they don't click on your ad on Facebook? Or they click on your ad, but they don't actually fill out the details to get their voucher or their valuable offer. Because this does happen. Maybe they get bored waiting for the page to load up, or the phone rings, or the doorbell goes, or whatever else happens in their lives. Now, what I'm going to do now is just take you back to our sales funnel, because there's actually a yellow arrow at the bottom that I haven't talked about yet. So I don't know if you've ever been on Amazon. Say you've been looking at a pair of running shoes and you click onto a red pair of Nike running shoes. You look at them for a while, but you don't actually buy them. Then you go on some other website, and in the sidebar or the bottom corner, there's actually a little ad for red Nike running shoes. Then you go into Facebook and you see yet another ad, maybe slightly different ad for red Nike running shoes. It's like these little red running shoes are actually following you all around. So this is what is known as retargeting, and it's done using tracking pixels. They're also known as cookies, and what we do is we put them onto our Facebook ad, our website, and our landing pages. Basically, anywhere that a client might go. So anytime somebody clicks on an ad or goes to either our website or our landing page, we actually put this piece of code that kind of follows them around, even if they click away from our site. So it means that we can send more ads to these people. So on the side there, the yellow arrow at the bottom actually represents what would happen with the retargeting and how somebody might get to the end of the process. In fact, it probably looks just a little bit more like this, with lots of different arrows taking them back to the ad, because people can drop off at any point in the process after they clicked on your ad and not become a customer. So the tracking pixel, it actually effectively takes them back to the beginning where they started. They'll see another ad or a different ad, maybe to tempt them a little bit further. And it takes them through the whole customer journey again until hopefully they do become a customer. So it massively improves your chances of them becoming a customer, and it improves your conversion rate. Now, if you're anything like how I was, and I used to hear, and I heard the words like code and tracking pixels, you'd probably be thinking, oh no, this sounds a bit technical and a little bit tricky. But it isn't, because companies like Google and Facebook have invested way too much money in their platforms to make it difficult for people like you and me to be put off with advertising with them. So they have made it super simple. So that's retargeting using the tracking pixel. So now you can see how this process is broken down into the different steps. And you can see how each step is designed to give us the best possible chance of getting customers. So we have the Facebook ad itself, which is written in a way to maximize engagement by using what's known as a direct response ad. We then pick the exact type of people in the targeting audience stage that we want to show our ads to. By the way, again, we don't just pick one audience, we pick several audiences to increase our chances of engagement. We offer them a valuable offer that's going to solve their problem or remove their pain. And then we give them a clear call to action to learn more, because there's a clear call to action, and we can measure then how effective that ad is. So when they click to learn more, they're then taken to a simple landing page where all they can do is enter their contact details and click the button to claim their valuable offer. This will then drop an email into your inbox with the contact details of someone who is interested in becoming your customer. And all of this is set up to run without you having to do anything apart from take the bookings and carry out your treatments and grow your practice. So I hope this makes sense. Again, I'm trying to make this really, really simple. Just put a comment in the chat box. Yes, this makes sense. Let me know that I've got everything covered for you. And like I said, this is the exact system that we use to get results for our clients. So what do you need to get this all set up? So the first thing you're going to need is you need the Facebook Business Manager account to set up your business page and your Facebook ads. You also need to create a lead page. So using software, so something like ClickFunnels, where a lot of the work is already done for you. So with our course, it actually goes one step further in the fact that we've provided templates for you to use, and you just change the details for the details of your clinic. So what else do you need? So you're going to need to set all your tracking pixels on your website, which I'm sure most of you already have a website. If not, I'm sure you're in the process of getting one. And you should have some sort of email notification system to send out the confirmation emails. So again, you can use free services like MailChimp or Aweber. And again, I'm sure a lot of you have already got this already. So there's actually not too much you need to get this all set up. But the key to all of this, to make sure that you get your message right. So it's really important to be able to connect and engage with your customers. You want to make them understand that you understand their pain and that you know how to solve it for them. Also, you want to get your offer right. So give them something of value that's going to help them solve their problem. Give them a taster of what being a client of yours will actually be like. So maybe you're already offering a free consultation, but are you using the language that your customers understand? And finally, get your audience right. The biggest reason why people who've tried Facebook ads don't use Facebook ads anymore is because they only put one ad out to one audience, and then when they got nothing back or they wasted some money, they gave up. So the key is to test different audiences and keep finding audiences that are working for your business. So once you've got this system set up, you can be generating new clients when you want them. So if your goal is to go from earning, say, £5,000 a month to earning £10,000 a month, then I've shown you here how this can help you achieve your goals. And if you want to expand your practice, but you don't want to spend all of your time drumming up new business, then this system will help you get new patients while you work. And what's really important, by automating the process, you actually free up your time. And if you have a practice manager or somebody whose job it is to grow your practice, then tell them about this and get them working on setting up a fully automated sales funnel. So just think about for a minute what having, say, an extra 10 clients a month would do for your business. And again, let me know in the chat box, what would you do in that situation? Not only for your business, but your life. How is this going to impact your days? What changes would you make? What would you do? Would you take on more staff, maybe another team member? Would you invest in some new equipment? Whatever your goals are, you're going to have a system that can help you achieve them. So what have we got in the comments? So we've got more income, brilliant, great, and more time for me. Actually, I think, to be honest, more time is a big one. A lot of people want the freedom, but they actually feel like they're locked into their work, even if you're doing something you love, because you need the money to cover your bills. And it can actually end up killing the enthusiasm for what you love, because you don't have any time to do anything else. So yes, more time is a really, really good one. So it's very important that I show you a system that once it's all set up, you can pretty much leave it alone to look after itself, because if it means more work for you, you simply won't do it. Now, there isn't one package that's going to give you all of this that kind of does it all for you. And I'm not sure there ever will be, because Facebook doesn't want you to be speaking directly to your clients or customers. So this is why we have the landing pages and the opt-in form, so you can take them away from Facebook and email or text them. Now, we do have a course that shows you exactly how to use all of these different technologies and pull them all together so that you've got your own automated system. So the course is called How to Grow Your Practice with Facebook Ads, No Tech Skills Required. I'm sure you've heard me mention it. So it's designed specifically for people like you. So it's designed for cosmetic surgeons, dentists, and people who work in the aesthetics industry. So if it's okay with you, I'm just going to take just a couple of minutes to let you know just a little bit more about it, how it all works, and what it's designed for and how it can help you. So it's a 6-week, 6-module Grow Your Practice program. It's got a 3-part guaranteed success system. It gives you all the tools and systems, coaching, support, and templates that have been proven to work. So how do we know they work? Because it's what we use ourselves. So it's everything that you need in one place, and that's the important thing. And its purpose is designed to get rid of all the pains that I know that you might have. You know, that you don't know what, where, or how to market, or you might be frustrated that you're better than your competitors, but they've got more clients. that you might have some fear. You might think, what if I do some marketing and it goes wrong? And where do I get the landing pages from? And how do I make it work? And what needs to go on there? And also wasting your time, money, and effort. I don't know the last time you went on Google and looked up how to set a landing page, but you can spend hours just trying to find out the type of landing page you need to use. So I don't want you to be wasting your time, money, and effort kind of chasing the shadows and not really getting the answers that you need really quickly. It can also be soul destroying because all of that time sat on your laptop, you're not out there doing what you want to be doing or supposed to be doing. And also fear of failure, because I know that with this, most of the work has already been done for you, and all you do is you just copy what I do and I show you where to find everything else you need and how to set up your accounts, etc. You also get the support. You also get support, and you receive this throughout. So it means it will be virtually impossible for you to fail, and we guarantee the results as well. And I know that some people are very wary of the whole online thing, and the idea of having a system that does all the hard work of getting clients for you. So you don't any longer have to be fearful of technology or think that's for other people. Or you're not part of that world, because that's simply not true. Now, it took me a long time to learn all of this, and I had to go through a lot of unnecessary stuff, whereas in this course, I'm actually giving you the fast track version because I've learned what's necessary and what isn't necessary and put it all together in one place. So you're only going to get what you need to know to get clients. Okay, so just to give you a very quick run through of the tools that you can expect. You're going to get a series of step-by-step video guides where I show you exactly how to set everything up for yourself. So how to set up tracking pixels, where to find the audience, and how to write the ads. I give you sales funnel templates. Now, designing sales funnels and landing pages, it can be tricky, especially if you've never done it before, I know. We don't need to do that because I've created it for you. So all you need to do is change some of the words, put your own images and logo in, and you're ready to go. So 90% of the work here has been done for you. You also get all the tools that you need to get the system set up. Because it's all online videos, you can start the learning and stop the learning at your own pace. Now, a system is only as good as its user. So, for example, we all know how a washing machine works. You just bung your clothes in, add some powder, set it to the right setting, you press a button, then an hour or so later, you've got some clean clothes. So the point is, a system is great, but unless you know how to use it, you're not going to get the most out of it, and you're not going to use it to its full potential. Now, for some people, they might feel like they've given you all you need just by showing you how to set up the Facebook ads and the funnels and the landing pages. But in reality, that's only the start. So just like simply owning a washing machine won't give you clean clothes, you need to know how to use it. So you need to know what you're going to be looking for once you've got the ads set up. How do you know if your ads are working well? Where are you going to find the data? What numbers do you need to be looking out for? And what do they mean? How do you know if the results you're getting are actually any good? And what do you do if an ad isn't performing very well? Do you stop it, or do you decide to keep running it but just make a few small changes? So part 2, we've got proven templates, cheat sheets, and spreadsheets. So like I said earlier, you get all of the funnel templates that you can tweak for your own business. So they're all set up for you just to input some of your words and images and that are relevant to you. So you also get spreadsheets and cheat sheets that can help you manage your performance and keep track of your audiences and which ones are working for you and which ones aren't. For the practice managers and receptionists, or if you've also got owners or investors that you need to know about how your marketing's going, we've also included some templates for you to present that relevant information. Again, it's all set up for you. All you need to do is tweak it to show your own performance, and I show you how to use it and set it all up. So this is all building up to kind of part 3 of our system, where we provide more coaching and support for you. So in the course, I show you how to set up your performance management system so that you can spot what's going wrong, why it's going wrong, and how to fix it. So you will know what good performance looks like. You'll also, most importantly, know what bad performance looks like. and how to correct it. So each module comes with plenty of supporting content. So you're going to have articles and links to kind of other resources that we found to be really useful to help reinforce and supplement your learning. You're also going to get weekly calls, so similar to this, you get the opportunity to speak to me directly without any issue, with any issues you might be facing. So anything that I can help you with or you might be struggling with, this will give you the chance to cover any of those questions. Now, because this course is designed for you to go at your own pace, you don't need to worry if you can't make those calls, because what we'll do is we'll record them and send them to you, so you can also see the kind of issues that are being discussed. You also get access to a private Facebook group where you can raise any questions and get support from our teams and other people in the group. So you've got me and my team kind of holding your hand to keep you on track and give you the best chances you can for achieving your goals. So just on all of this, just put in the chat box again how useful you think it would be to have a complete video guide walkthrough. It shows you exactly how to set up your own automated lead generation system. So me showing you exactly how to set it all up step by step. And not just how to do it, but also the support and the coaching, the templates and the weekly calls and the Facebook group. And your own performance management system so that you can continue to optimize and improve your return on investment. Okay, so we are getting some messages in the chat box here, so very useful and nice to have some support. Okay, brilliant, thanks for that. So the important thing is that you're not left hanging. We don't just show you the system and say, right, off you go. We want to actually make sure that you follow it all the way through and that you are achieving your goals. Now, I just want to show you the kind of return on investment that you should expect when you're running your ads. So let's say you start off with a very small budget of, let's say, £50. Ideally, you want to be getting around 5 clients for that. So I know this is different for everybody, but on average, if each client is paying you, say, £200, then you'd be making £1,000. Well, actually, your net profit would be £950 minus your ad spend. Now, to work out your return on investment, all you do is you take your net profit, divide it by your ad spend, then times 100. So that's actually 1,900% net profit, which is huge. So let's just take that a little step further. So just imagine if you were spending £500 a month on ads, and let's say you've got 30 new patients, which is actually really achievable. So let's go through the figures. So let's say you're spending £500 a month on ads, and you're getting 30 new patients at an average of £200 a patient. That's actually giving you a net profit of £5,500. So your return on investment is 1,100. But what you want to think about is, don't just think about the direct return on investment, because if you really wow them and give them a fantastic treatment, they're going to recommend you to their friends, family, and hopefully become a lifetime customer. So this is a system to use to generate leads and significantly improve the return on investment for your advertising. So who is this course for? Well, this course is really good for people who are already in business and making some money but want to learn a new way, let's say a better way of getting new patients. It's also for people who are just starting out and want to get their first few patients without the uncertainty of whether they can actually get clients or not. So the course is called How to Grow Your Practice with Facebook Ads, No Tech Skills Required. And with it, you get the full 6 modules. So you get a series of easy to follow short videos, all around 15 minutes or so really digestible. So here are the first 3 modules. So we take you right from the very beginning and show you how to set everything up. We also give you a few tips and tricks to grow your page in the second week. And then in the third week, we cover your sales funnels. Week 4, we focus on setting your different audiences. And week 5, we actually pull all the ads together. And the last module is all about how to manage it all going forward. And of course, don't forget, you get the supporting content. You get articles, spreadsheets, templates, cheat sheets, and the ad performance management system. You also get the weekly calls, and you get access to the private Facebook group for continued support. So we really, really do want you to succeed. So what is the value of all of this? Well, you're going to have 8 hours worth of detailed content broken down into very short, easy to watch videos. So the actual videos, that's worth £1,600 alone. So you can pause them, you can rewind them, you can watch them at your own pace and learn at a time that suits you. Then we've also got all the supporting content. So we've got the performance management elements, we've got the cheat sheets, articles, spreadsheets, which on their own would give you amazing value without the course. So just putting all of this material together took us a really long time. So that's worth £500. And again, you also get the weekly calls with me. So these are booked in every week for half an hour. They're booked in for the rest of the year at a value of £2,300. And of course, all the calls, again, are going to be recorded and posted into the Facebook group if you can't dial in at that time. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet, it's actually CPD accredited. So we meet the learning objectives of CPD, and the Facebook group where you get lots of valuable stuff, it gets posted in there for free. So it's probably a little bit difficult to put a value on that. So total value altogether in one place is £4,600, but we're not charging that. So the cost for this course is $697. We also guarantee the course as well. So if you don't get 3 new leads after having followed the course, setting everything up as we've shown you, and you've used the support that we're offering, then you get a full refund of the course. Now, this system is going to get you clients, that's a given. And in fact, you probably got your money back after the first 3 or 4 clients. But the difference is you actually, with this system, it actually won't be like how you're getting clients now. It's actually quicker. It's automated. You're in control of how many clients you get. Right now, maybe getting 3 new clients might take you a little while, whereas with this system, you might do it in a few hours or even days. So again, just look at what happened with our client last night. So she's got 7 new leads since yesterday. So you might have spent thousands maybe learning a new skill or buying some new equipment. So there's no guarantee that that new skill or equipment is going to get you new clients. However, investing in a system that's designed to get you new clients will get you clients. So I like to reward action takers. So what we're going to do, what we've decided to do for this webinar is the first 5 people to sign up will get a 1-hour call with me. So the 1-hour call, I will help you personally set up your first Facebook ad. So you get everything I do for our clients. You get the benefit of a 1-hour call. It's going to give you the best possible chance of your first ad succeeding. So the link is on the screen now. So if you are interested in learning how to have your own automated lead generation system, then please take action. So again, I just want to remind you of what you get. You actually get lifetime access to the online course, so you can do it at your own time. There's 8 hours of material broken down into short 15-minute videos. You get plenty of support, so you get weekly calls, you get supporting content, articles, templates, and cheat sheets for you to reinforce your learning. So you get to ask me questions that you might have as you're learning. Again, the calls are recorded, so if you can't make the call, you will have access to those calls. And also you've got access to the Facebook group. So for anything that you might have missed or you aren't clear on, you can ask your questions in that Facebook group. So also we've got the money back guarantee, and plus the course is CPD accredited, so you know it meets their educational standards, and it also counts towards your own CPD targets as well. So again, just for the first 5 people to sign up, I'm going to personally help you set up your first Facebook ad to give it the best possible chance of getting you clients straight away. So if you want your own automated lead generation system that brings in a steady stream of new clients to you, then take action. Just all you need to do is go to the link. It's on the screen, so sign up if you're interested. I think we've also got the link in the chat box as well, so you might be able to click on it from there, or at least copy it from there. So I'm going to be staying on the call. So if anybody's got any questions, anything that you'd like to raise, I just want to thank you so much for attending this webinar training. Thanks for participating. Thanks for all your feedback as well. I'm going to stay on for any questions. So I'm going to be taking questions a little while longer. Sorry, one second. We're going to be taking your questions that while. So if it's about anything I've gone through tonight or any questions you've got about the course that I didn't cover, send us a message. I'm going to pick it up right here. So I'm going to leave the link up in the browser. So please take a note of it, take a picture, or open up a new browser, head over there to take advantage of the offer. So again, that's it. Any questions? Let me know. I'm going to stay on the line. Ask me anything. So what have we got? What are the weekly calls? So the weekly calls, so it's a group call. They're going to be held every week. So it's basically you can directly ask me any questions that you've got that you want to go over. So I don't know if you're putting your ad together and you want to run your copy by me, or you want to ask me a question about can I use this image or is this image better? Any questions you've got or anything that you're stuck on as we're going along, that's what those weekly calls are for. They're really, really useful. We're doing them at the moment. Are they at specific times? Yes, they are. At the minute, they are on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And again, if you can't make it, they do get recorded, they do get posted. Because quite often what we find is that so many people have the same sorts of questions. So there might be a question in there that you've been dying to ask that's actually covered in that call. So yes, they will be at a specific time. If that time doesn't suit most of the people, and it may be a possibility to change it if it doesn't suit most of the people that are taking the course. Somebody's saying, thanks for that, it's been really helpful. Thanks for your feedback. So somebody else is just asked, so what about boosting a post? So I think somebody also asked that earlier. So I just want to quickly cover that and just talk about that. So a boosted post is probably, it's the most basic form of advertising that you can do on Facebook. So boosting a post is great. It has its place, but boosting a post, it will help you reach a much larger audience with your post. So boosted posts are, I'd say, typically used when the goal is to achieve audience engagement. So you want to reach more people. So you want to get more likes and more comments, more shares. However, if you're looking to do more targeted promotions or offers like what I'm talking about right now, then the Facebook ads are going to work much, much better for you. Also, when you boost a post, you can only send it to one audience, so you can't do the split testing that I'm talking about. So you've got really limited resources that you can do. So Facebook ads, so the system that I'm showing you is a way more advanced way to advertise on Facebook, and you're going to get way more clients from doing that. So probably boosting a post is not necessarily going to get you any more patients, but this system that I'm showing you here is what we use to get more patients. So again, I'd say from a client's point of view, if they're seeing your ads on Facebook, they might not actually be able to tell the difference, because a boosted post will say sponsored at the same as an ad. So it might confuse people. It's not immediately clear the difference between boosting a post or an ad from your actual business manager. So again, it will look quite similar, but actually doing the process and setting up the ads through the ad manager, it's actually a step up from what you can just simply do from your business page. So it is the best way to get more clients. So any more questions? No, I think that's it. We've got making sense. Brilliant. Perfect. Okay, so unless have we got any more questions? Thank you. Okay, brilliant. Good. So I just want to say thanks for taking time to watch this training, and thanks for the questions. So I hope it's been useful. I hope you can use some of this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks very much. Thanks for listening. Just saying, very useful. Thanks. Okay, if you do have any more questions, you are absolutely welcome to send us a quick email. So I'm just putting our email in the chat box. So if you've got any other questions that you can't think of right now, but you think of later, just put our email in the chat box. So you're welcome to send us an email with any further questions that you might have, or concerns, questions about the course, or questions that we can just generally help you with anyway. So again, thanks for taking the time to watch this webinar, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.